On Friday, our community was reminded that lives can change in a matter of minutes.
Right now, Madison police with an update on last week's homicide and a shooting at an East Madison convenience store.
And the city school board taking a vote tonight whether to change the name of a local middle school.
Plus, one-on-one, the two finalists running for Madison mayor face off for their first election season debate.
You can fight through anything.
And later, for a lot of people in the Madison area, why they say there's no such thing as too cold to cycle. That's all coming up right now at 10. Thank you for joining us tonight. Madison's Jefferson Middle School is being renamed. The process began a year ago when the principal made a recommendation to the board. It has been a trend we have seen across the city in recent years, changing the names of local schools due to the namesake's link to slavery.
Jefferson Middle School is named for the third president of the United States and one of the authors of the Declaration of Independence. However, Thomas Jefferson did own hundreds of slaves on his plantation. Our McKenna Alexander has a closer look at what's next for the school. McKenna?
Yeah, next year, students and staff will no longer be walking through the doors of Jefferson Middle School. Instead, they'll be entering the new Ezekiel Gillespie Middle School. The board's unanimous decision comes after a selection process that ultimately narrowed the vote down to two names, Ezekiel Gillespie and Maya Angelou. During tonight's meeting, all board members spoke in favor of renaming the school after Gillespie, who in 1866 brought a lawsuit to the state Supreme Court and won, therefore granting African Americans the right to vote in Wisconsin. This accomplishment was highlighted tonight by many MMSD board members who say Gillespie signifies hope in both past and present.
I have voting rights in Wisconsin because of this person. So I think that it's really important that we have our students understand the history and feel empowered and the value that their name of their school gives them.
The new name of Ezekiel Gillespie Middle School will be going into effect at the start of the 2023-2024 school year.
McKenna, thank you. And next tonight at 10 for most of us today was a soggy start to the work week. Parts of northern Wisconsin and the northern parts of our viewing area also got some more snow and ice.
Here in Madison, it was just rain, not feeling much like winter at all. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the backyard patio with our firstborn forecast.
I don't know if you were one of the ones like me. You also saw some flashes of lightning and heard rumbles of thunder early this morning, too. But it depends on where you were in the viewing area as to what kind of precipitation you saw. The time lapse from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville shows cloudy skies and then those heavier rain showers moving on through. They had some thunderstorms in the Platteville area, too. Most of that was over with by about noontime, and then after that, just some drizzle. And you can see on Doppler track, most of the precipitation from this weather system is now in the form of snow up in the colder air across Michigan, but it's moving away from Wisconsin, and things are settling down here. High temperatures, Madison 38, Janesville 39, 41 at Boscobel and Prairie du Chien. Up to the north, though, Wautoma only reached 34, as did Camp Douglas. Current temperatures are been pretty much steady through the evening. It's 34 Madison, 36 degrees in Janesville, or just above freezing. Across Dane County, temperatures range from 34 in Stoughton to 35 in Oregon and 35 in Middleton. By tomorrow morning, look for temperatures to drop to around 30 degrees. Those cloudy skies will give way to partly cloudy skies just before sunup. And we probably will see mild weather for a couple of days before turning colder at the end of the week. I'll have more in the first warn forecast in just a few minutes.
We hope that you will reach out to someone if you are struggling trying to make sense of this incident.
Next tonight, new details about the murder on the East Side last Wednesday, now said to be a domestic-related homicide.
Police say during their attempts to arrest the suspect, it led to a shooting at a Quick Trip on Friday. The suspect has now been identified as 39-year-old Justin Kopmeyer. Police say he was spotted at the East Washington Quick Trip where officers confronted him and shot at him. Today, Chief Sean Barnes said Kopmeyer then went into the bathroom where he died of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. The department is still waiting for the medical examiner to figure out if the officer's shot hit Kopmeyer.
We recognize that this is a traumatic event for many in our community. We had community members who had to run out of the store with their arms up. We had people living nearby seeing and observing a large police presence, and our SWAT officers surrounding this business.
2 officers are now on leave as a result of the incident as the state investigates, which is standard protocol. We don't know their identities yet, but Chief Barnes has identified them as 13- and 4-year veterans of the department. He also says they are both members of the SWAT team. Local crime was the topic of discussion tonight as incumbent Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway and former Madison School Board President Gloria Reyes faced off in their first debate.
This after both of them advanced to the spring general election following last week's primary. Armand Rahman was at the debate and has the highlights for us. Armand?
Yeah, Eric and Charlotte, the candidates discussed issues the Wisconsin Policy Forum highlighted in research, such as public safety, city finances and debt, and economic development. They also took questions from the audience. To start, the 2 candidates discussed affordable housing. Mayor Rhodes Conway touted how her administration approved more than 4,000 housing units last year.
We need to make sure that we're producing affordable home ownership opportunities as well.
My strategy is to bring together a mayor's housing advisory team with developers, realtors, neighborhood associations, residents of diverse communities to come to the table and develop a strategy.
When it comes to public safety, former neighborhood officer Gloria Reyes supports body cameras and reaching young people, citing the death of Tony Robinson.
I want to establish an Office of Violence Prevention in the mayor's office because that'll elevate our responses. I do support body cameras and will support.
Mayor Rhodes Conway believed there were other ways besides body cams to address public safety and police reform.
To prevent police misconduct and to prevent police violence in our community and make sure that that never happens in Madison again. I don't think that body cameras are the answer to that.
With work on the city's new bus rapid transit system beginning in 2 weeks, both candidates shared their thoughts on the plans.
I do support BRT on State Street. I know that's shocking to all of you because it's where people want to go.
When we are implementing practice and policies that are inequitable, it concerns me because we're building a bus rapid transit system to support high-density areas.
And you can find the full debate online. We've linked it on our website, channel3000.com.
Thank you, Armand. And looking ahead to the general election that will happen on April 4th, in addition to the mayoral race, the other big one we'll be paying close attention to is for state Supreme Court. That race is on pace to become the most expensive judicial race in state history, with Ad Impacts Politics reporting that Janet Protasiewicz and liberal groups have already reserved close to $6 million in ad spending ahead of the general election. We have a breakdown of where this money is coming from on our website.
Next tonight, the U.S. Department of Transportation now helping Madison move forward with work on its Vision Zero initiative. Today, the U.S. DOT announced a $267,000 grant to the city as part of its Safe Streets and Roads for All program. The nationwide grant program is funded by the bipartisan infrastructure law. More local news now. Dane County now offering free tax preparation help through tax day through the Richard Dilley Tax Center on Park Street. It's designed to help low-income individuals and families or people with disabilities. Help is available by appointment.
Around the state, some big news in the Milwaukee Bucks organization. Mark Lasry is reportedly selling his stake of the Bucks. ESPN is reporting the sale is being made to Jimmy and Dee Haslam, who own the Cleveland Browns. Lasry owns 25% of the team. The sale places the Bucks' total value at $3.5 billion. The U.S. has begun delivery of more than $10 billion in economic support for Ukraine, but President Biden is still not ready to deliver fighter jets to the country. Today, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen became the latest Biden administration official to meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
We mark 1 year since the beginning of this full-scale invasion. The message I bring you from President Biden is simple. America will stand with Ukraine for as long as it takes.
Meanwhile, the U.S. is warning China not to provide its weapons to Russia, something Beijing is said to be considering. China insists it wants a peaceful solution to the war and calls the U.S. hypocrites because of the billions in military assistance it has already provided to Ukraine.
An earthquake shaking southeastern Turkey today, killing one person, injuring 110, and causing 29 buildings to collapse. This latest aftershock, with a magnitude of 5.6, hit 3 weeks after the massive quake that killed more than 50,000 people in Turkey and Syria. And new at 10, the White House is giving all federal agencies 30 days to wipe TikTok off government devices. The Chinese-owned social media app has come under increasing scrutiny over security concerns. The White House already does not allow TikTok on its devices, and several states, including Wisconsin, have also issued bans on state-owned devices. Still ahead tonight, your updated forecast for the work week ahead.
But first, a News 3 Now special report. Hear from some of Madison's most committed year-round cyclists about what it means to pedal through the elements.
Can we really trust him with a car?
Of course we can, Lindsay, with AAA auto insurance.
Wait, AAA has auto insurance?
We do home insurance, too.
Switch and save on AAA auto insurance and expect something more.
Oh, the weather. What's the chance of rain tomorrow?
Ooh, 80%.
I make it rain. I make it rain.
Speaking of making it rain, at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, we have an average 95% payout, which leads you to more chances of playing longer and more chances to win big. Play longer, win more, chances are you're gonna like it.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. Get started on your next Ford SUV, like Bronco, Explorer, or the new Escape. Get here to get a deal on the SUV's #1 in brand loyalty. It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. During Auto Show, choose Flex Buy on Escape, Edge, or Explorer with 3.9% APR financing for 66 months plus 1,000 Auto Show cash.
Backed by popular demand, Black Violin returns to Overture Center for one night only. Be prepared. This isn't your typical classical violin concert. Black Violin, Thursday, March 2nd at Overture. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Nominate the Best of Madison online today, including Beef Butter Barbecue for Best Barbecue, Best Catering. Cast a nomination for Beef Butter Barbecue and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
Can we really trust him with a car?
Of course we can, Lindsay, with AAA auto insurance.
Wait, AAA has auto insurance?
We do home insurance, too.
Switch and save on AAA auto insurance and expect something more.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, DJ Khaled's Priceless Advice.
I am actually about to start a new job.
Always be you. It's the best thing you could ever do.
And Diego Boneta is here.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Nasty weather all across the country is creating problems for millions of Americans. We're talking about snow in California, a dust bowl in Texas, and a record-breaking tornado outbreak in Oklahoma that has left tens of thousands without power. At least 8 tornadoes touched down in the state, the highest ever recorded in the month of February. In the Oklahoma City area alone, several twisters toppled chimneys, crumpled siding, and sent debris flying into the air. The dangerous system also slammed Kansas and Texas.
To say that bicycling has a big fan base in Madison, you only need to take a look around.
But not everyone on 2 wheels can make the commitment year-round through a Wisconsin winter. Tahlil Mohideen spoke with a few of Madison's most dedicated riders about why they do it and what it takes to join their ranks.
All right.
Even when most would prefer to stay bundled up inside.
It's invigorating.
Through the snow, below freezing temperatures, and harsh winds,
What's not to love?
Daniel Hobson keeps on pedaling. In his own words, he's a big cycling advocate. He doesn't even own a car, so to get from work, he bikes about 9 miles a day, rain or shine, or in this case, a snowstorm.
It makes me in a good mood. My mind is refreshed when I get to work. And sometimes I even stretch it out and make it longer. I like it so much.
I'm feeling pretty good. Karin Miskimen shares his enthusiasm.
It's a different kind of beauty.
On top of her commute to work, she bikes for miles on wintry country roads just for fun.
If I bike year-round, I won't have the experience of when I get on the bike for the first time in the spring, I'll be sore. I can avoid that if I bike year-round.
What started as the odd ride in the snow when she was a kid grew, as she did, into a full-time commitment when she moved to Madison for college in the 80s.
It's such a bike-friendly town.
Believe it or not, both Miskimen and Hobson are convinced they're not special.
Anyone can do it.
But admit having the right gear goes a long way.
If you're riding and you hit some icy conditions, you can get nice and low. Obviously, the first question is how do I stay warm?
Machinery Row sales manager Aaron Verbrigge is a fellow year-round cyclist.
Winter's long, and if I'm sitting inside, I just feel like I'm rotting away. But if I get out in it, then I have something to look forward to, and I feel more connected.
So his recommendations come from a place of experience.
Yes, I've crashed a lot in snow and on ice and things like that.
The essentials start with goggles and a good pair of mitts.
And you actually put these on the handlebar itself, so when you reach in, your hands are protected.
Verbrigge says those two alone will get you pretty far, but also high on the list of must-haves for grip are studded tires.
These just make riding on ice go from completely treacherous to just something that's a lot of fun. And you get to hear the little of them rolling down the road.
All three will run you about $300, but even all the equipment in the world doesn't stop every fall.
I found that the concrete didn't hurt that bad.
Oh my gosh, I have definitely had accidents, but you know, you get up and you get right back on the bike.
So if an injury isn't enough to scare them off, what would? Depends on who you ask.
If it was 10 below perhaps, or wind chills of less than 10 below, I might bus instead.
There's really no such thing as too cold for cycling.
For Hobson, it's all about the challenge. So when he makes it home safe, he feels like a winner.
And that was Tahlil Mohideen reporting, along with photojournalist Brian Mesmer. Madison is consistently ranked as one of the best cities for cyclists year after year.
And a big part of that is infrastructure. There are more than 300 miles of road dedicated to riders across the city. Looking ahead now, three big bands are coming to Breese-Stevens this summer. Just announced today, Weezer, Bon Iver, and the Doobie Brothers all making stops in Madison. Weezer and the Doobies will be performing in June. Bon Iver will be visiting in early August. We have specific dates and ticket information at channel3000.com. It's summer and sunshine. Sounds really good right now after this soggy, dreary start to the work week. Here's Gary with your first warn forecast.
Sounds good, but
there's nothing better than summer in Wisconsin, especially after days like this with the, it was rainy all night last night.
Yeah, did you hear the thunder last night?
I didn't hear the thunder, but did it ever change to ice? Was there any? Because
not here in Madison, but farther north it did, and that was where the roads were slippery. And then central Wisconsin, there was a switch over to snow and some heavy snow in the northern part of the state. But three things you need to know in our forecast: look for mild weather for the next couple of days with high temperatures into the 40s for both tomorrow and for Wednesday. We could see some rain or snow showers tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. Shouldn't amount to very much. And then we'll turn a little colder with high temperatures in the middle 30s for Thursday and Friday, and we'll have to watch out for some snow on Friday. Here's where the ice was last night, mainly north of the Wisconsin River and especially north of the Dells. This area may have seen anywhere from 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of ice accumulation, and northern portions of Juneau and Adams counties north of, say, Adams Friendship and Mauston probably saw over 1/4 of an inch of ice accumulation. The rain in the southern part of the state was pretty heavy. Here in Madison, a little over 1.5 inches of rain at the airport, but much of areas from Dane County eastward saw about 1 inch or more of rain, as well as parts of eastern Iowa, and in between a good 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain. There are river flood warnings in effect for parts of eastern Iowa, the Pecatonica River in Lafayette County, and the southern portion of the Sugar River, with flood watches for parts of eastern Lafayette County to southwestern parts of Greene County, and then down across northern Illinois. But we're not looking for major flooding. We'll see relatively light precipitation over the next couple of days. The rest of the precipitation from this morning system changed the snow up north and now is heading off to the east, and now things are clearing out. On weather track, the jet stream basically from a southwest to northeast pattern. Another cold front to our north and west, but with that upper level wind flow from the southwest, there's not a lot of cold air behind these fronts. So we're not seeing big cool downs even when a cold front passes. And right now, temperatures are in the middle 30s. Cloud cover has more to do with that than anything else. But notice out to the west, temperatures do drop into the 20s across Minnesota. We'll probably see that clearing late tonight, but then probably see the clouds move back in for tomorrow during the day. So you can see on future track, lots of clouds overnight, but a little bit of clearing toward morning, some sunshine tomorrow morning, and then the clouds come rolling back in, and we'll watch for at least some light precipitation tomorrow night. Tomorrow during the day, we start out with partly sunny skies, then turn cloudy in the afternoon. Still mild with a high temperature of 42 degrees. Planning your day across Dane County, high temperature 44 Oregon, 44 in Mount Vernon, and 43 degrees in Pine Bluff. Again, more clouds in the afternoon. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 39 for the high in La Crosse, 44 Prairie du Chien, 46 for the high temperature in Janesville. As we look at future track beginning at 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, notice the clouds are here. Some light precipitation, mainly in the form of light rain and snow showers, and with temperatures in the middle to upper 30s, we're just not looking for anything to really stick to the ground. Much of this will be gone by early on Wednesday morning, maybe a rain or snow shower lingering into Wednesday morning or early afternoon, but high temperatures will be back up to around the 40-degree mark, and then things kind of clear out after that. As far as the first warned 7 to 10-day forecast, another day with 40s on Wednesday. Colder for Thursday and Friday. Friday, we'll watch a storm system pass to our south. Could bring us some light snow chances in the afternoon, but then we're right back up into the 40s for the weekend and early parts of next week with a mix of rain and snow Sunday night into Monday morning. Rain showers on Tuesday afternoon, and then that ends with some flurries on Wednesday as temperatures turn a little colder for the end of next week.
The Bucks just keep finding ways to win their games, even with their two-time MVP out with an injury. So what's been the key to their success? We're going to hear from the team next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
At Pick and Save, we want
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living, and through no fault of their own, they're being left behind? If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy and water providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day.
7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, we've got you covered.
Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Lake Ridge may be a new name, but it isn't a new bank. It's one built on over a century of community commitment. One equipped with all the knowledge and resources of 145 collective years of experience. Monona Bank and State Bank of Cross Plains are coming together as one. As Lake Ridge Bank, we're doing more together for you.
Get 11% off your automotive needs now at Menards. From tools and accessories to maintenance and everything in between. Wiper blades? Copy that. Motor oil? Done. Now you can tackle your automotive needs at any time of day with a new work light from Smart Electrician. This 10,000 lumen LED work light is portable, super bright, and weather resistant. Save big money and get a Smart Electrician portable work light for $48.94 after 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. At Pick and Save, however you shop, in-store, pickup, or delivery, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards. That's a win-win-win. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at LensCrafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
Blowout wins come from behind wins, even overtime and a one-point win. The Bucks have done it all over the last month as they hold the NBA's longest win streak of the season at 14 straight games. More recently, they've had to get the job done without their two-time MVP as Giannis battles another injury. So what's been the key in finding success in every game since January 23rd? Well, Brooke Lopez has a pretty good theory.
We had a lot of different lineups at the beginning of the season and a lot of guys injured in and out of the lineup. And so that was a bit of a blessing, honestly. I think a lot of guys got to play, kind of figure things out. We got to play with different lineups, create relationships, build relationships on the court. And now that we're back pretty much healthy for the most part, I think we're reaping the benefits of those early season games and those early season lineups.
Bucks have officially touched down in the Big Apple for tomorrow night's game with the Nets. This will be the third meeting of the season. Right now the series is split. Tip-off at the Barclays Center is set for 6:30. Layla Edwards is no stranger to weekly conference honors. She's earned a pair this season, but now she gets to add something else to her already impressive freshman resume, Rookie of the Month. The first of her career, and it just makes sense when you see what she did in February. 4 goals, 3 assists, including the go-ahead on Saturday against the Mavs. But the honors don't stop here. Edwards, along with Caroline Harvey and Kirsten Sims, are the top 3 finalists for the WCHA Rookie of the Year award, with Harvey also being named a top finalist for Defender of the Year. The winners will be announced on Wednesday. Sarah Williams is making a name for herself. The UW rookie picks up her 3rd Big Ten Freshman of the Week award after averaging 9.5 points, 7 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks last week. Williams showed up and showed out for the regular season finale against 12th-ranked Michigan, where she finished with 14 points and 5 boards. Now, it was a record-setting Sunday for both Badger basketball programs. Connor Essegian became the freshman 3-point leader for the men's team with 61. Well, Maddie Wilkie did the same thing for the women's program. She has 56 triples on the season. UW will face Purdue in the 2nd round of the Big Ten tournament. That game is on Thursday at 6:30. Now let's take a quick look at the latest AP Top 25. The top 5 are staying put with Houston atop, followed by Alabama and Kansas. Now Marquette jumped up 4 spots. They're now ranked 6th in the country. 3 Big Ten teams are in the rankings: Purdue, Indiana, and Maryland, while Northwestern received votes. And Warhawks are dancing. Both the men's and women's programs have punched their ticket to the Division III NCAA tournament. The men's team hits the road this weekend and will face Wabash College on Friday at 2:50, while the women host regionals once again. They'll take on Webster University at 7:45 Friday night. We'll be right back.
The world's largest consumer bicycle show and sale, Bike-O-Rama's at Madison's Alliant Energy Center, March 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Test ride the best bicycles and e-bikes indoors.
Factory reps can answer your questions about the new bike model.
All at the lowest prices of the year.
Bike-O-Rama, March 10th, 11th, and 12th at Madison's Alliant Energy Center.
Madison Magazine takes you on a treasure hunt. Dig up hidden gems with the ultimate guide to thrift shops, antique stores, flea markets, and more. And meet leaders with heart, this year's Best of Madison business winners. Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and you'll get my customized forecast for tonight and tomorrow.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
I just got the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra from US Cellular. With the most powerful processor yet, it can game smoother than ever. With nightography, it can take selfies in low light. Click. And with a longer battery life and US Cellular's 5G network, it can stream my favorite shows around the clock.
Amazing. Can it go back in the bag?
Yeah, it can go back into the bag.
Okay. Did you just kiss the phone?
The new Samsung Galaxy S23. Free for everyone from US Cellular.
I kissed it? Yes.
Could I get the Galley Buster burger? Onions, caramelized. But actually, could I get those raw? Olive. want the best burger of your life? Gotta be Superior.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife, Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
I had no idea laughter could be a part of my healing after Joe died. But with a Grace's grief support, I found hope, friends, and the strength to move forward.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
At no fault of their own during the cold, thousands of Wisconsin residents in your community make the difficult choice between eating or heating their home. On March 9th, please join News 3 Now and support a day of warmth, benefiting the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. 90 cents of every dollar donated is used to help those in crisis. Give the gift of warmth. For more information, visit kwwf.org/donate. A day of warmth, sponsored by Viridian Homes and Kaiser Lincoln.
The world's largest consumer bicycle show and sale, Bike-O-Rama's at Madison's Alliant Energy Center, March 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Test ride the best bicycles and e-bikes indoors.
Factory reps can answer your questions about the new bike model.
All at the lowest prices of the year.
Bike-O-Rama, March 10th, 11th, and 12th at Madison's Alliant Energy Center.
Join me in the 608 weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally, tonight, locals in a central Greek town doused each other with colored flour today. It's part of an old carnival tradition. The flour war pits revelers against each other with tons of cooking flour tinted with food coloring. The tradition is believed to have evolved from the 19th century during a period when Greece was occupied by the Ottoman Empire. Ottoman rulers had forbidden carnival festivities, but in defiance, the locals would smear their faces with ash and dance in the streets.
A little bit of rain and you have paper mache.
That'd be quite a mess. We had a lot of rain this morning, and would be nice to dry out a little bit.
Yeah, I think, you know, we'll be seeing off and on precipitation over the next week to 10 days, but most of the time it'll be light. There's live view from the Edgewater Sky Cam, a little bit of fog out there. The snow is all to our north and east, so no problems there. Current temperatures right now, 34 in Madison. We've been stuck there pretty much the entire evening. 36 degrees in Janesville, across Dane County, 36 in Mount Horeb, 35 in Wanakee, and 34 in Deerfield. Otherwise, if we take a look at planning your day for tomorrow, look for some sunshine in the morning, more clouds in the afternoon, high of 42. Taking a look at your first warned 7 to 10 day forecast. You have to watch out for Friday. I'm looking at the latest computer models. That might be a little more substantial system. Kelly Slift will have more in the morning.
Thanks for joining us, folks.
Do something good.